Hi guys, okay, so now an update on the hardcover sample, which looks absolutely fantastic. So the version of the book that you saw in the campaign was actually a mock-up that I had done with a different printer, just so I could have something physically that I could show you in the campaign. Because I think digital mock-ups don't really do justice to how a book will look, and because this has so many gorgeous features, I really wanted to show it off. And I just needed to get like a mock-up done quickly, and this is the proper version by the printer who will do, this is the same printer who did my Once Upon a Time books, for those of you who've backed that campaign or who've got that book, so you know that they do really good work. And so yes, we have the slipcase, which looks much like the mock-up that you would have seen on the campaign. So we've got there the spine, there's a quote on the back. The quote says, "In a society that requires everyone to wear a mask, finding someone who sees you truly is the rarest magic of all." And then on top and bottom we also have some details, and I don't know if you can see, so the roses, you can see when I move it like that, are spot glossed. It's really hard to get the shine right. Yeah, there you go. So you can see between that one and that one. So the roses are spot glossed, they look shiny, and then obviously there's all that gorgeous foiling. And then we have the spine of the hardcover. I've already opened it, which is why the ribbon is poking out. So when you'll get it, the ribbon will be tucked away inside the book. But yeah, I had to check it first for myself. And then we have the hardcover. Oh, actually no, hold on, one more thing. So then we have it's quite hard to show it, but the lining of the slipcase, which is the lining that you guys voted for, which it's, you know, you can't see it much, but I think it looks great, that sort of Victorian wallpaper inside. And then we have the hardcover with all this gorgeous foiling on the spine on the back. So the mock-up was missing the text on the mirror. I don't know if you guys remember in the campaign. So yeah, all that looks really good. There is one thing, so with the sprayed edges, there was a little miscommunication with the printer, and this is why it's really good to do samples to get all this sort of stuff ironed out. So the gap here is obviously too long, so the gap is going to be similar to the gap that you have here. So there's a bit of breathing room for the design, but the design is going to fill up more of the sprayed edge. So you can see all three sprayed edges, and then we're going to look at the inside. Okay, and then if we look inside the hardcover, so we have the foiled end papers, and you'll notice that I've changed the font compared to the mock-up that I had in the Kickstarter, because I thought this cursive font would look better. And then the back end papers are like this. This little indent I don't like, so this is going to go. And same as with the paperback, I wanted the story to sort of be embedded in the hardcover. So here we have the couples, the illustration of the couple of Ada and Eric, where they're looking a little bit more somber. And then behind we have Marion, who is watching, and the welcome to the opera house. And then this is the title page. And then at the back, you can see they're looking happier, and there's more color as well. And this is another misunderstanding with the printer. They added this extra page here because they thought they needed to break up these two things, but I actually want these two pages to be side by side, so this white page is going to go. But you can see another illustration on the back of the end paper of Marion, looking a bit sad and defeated, and then the mirror, I watch but I never belong. And then I'll show you the inside. So we have the gorgeous Gothic formatting throughout, and we have these lovely double page chapter headers throughout. So every chapter, has an illustration that reflects something about the chapter. And this is one of the color illustrations, another one of the chapter headers. And the illustrations, I mentioned this in the Kickstarter as well. So at the start of the book, when the characters are outside, let me see if I can find one. There we go. When the characters are outside of the opera house, they have full color. And then when they are within the opera house, all the illustrations are limited in color. They're black. There you go. They're black and white, black and silver, black, white and red. So this is Marion there. And there is another one. There you go. And there's Ada. So you can see her skin is looking very different as opposed to when they're outside of the opera house. So I wanted the illustrations to also again, sort of communicate the story, just like the end papers do. And then I've got these cute little masks there for scene breaks, and then we've got our little ribbon bookmark, and there you go, there's a very dramatic illustration of Marion right there. And then I also have samples of the paper swag. So this is the vellum insert, so that's Eric and Ada and listening to the music. Then we have here Eric carrying Ada, and then we have Marion right here. And then there is the extra vellum insert that you guys had voted. And then we also have the art cards. So those are the 3 original art cards. The pink will be foiled, so this was just a quick sample they made for me. And then this is the mystery swag item, the extra foiled art cards. And then we have the 2 stickers, so they are die cut, so don't want to get them out fully, but yeah, you can see the outline is based around the text. And then we have the double-sided 6x9 art card. So again, the pink there is going to be silver foiled, same as with the hardcover. And these are the end papers that so many of you love. So it'll be this big 6x9 print, which is basically the size of the book, with the end paper art, if you want to feature that somewhere on your bookshelves. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed the update for the hardcover. I'm going to be making some very small changes, like just little tweaks. I'm actually going to, for example, I'm going to make the text same as with the paperback. I think this is looking just a little bit too big, so I'm going to make this a tiny bit smaller. So there's going to be some little changes that I'm going to make, but overall the hardback looks fantastic, and I can't wait for these books to be produced and for you guys to get your hands on them, because I think they're going to look absolutely incredible. I mean, the sample already does, so yeah, really excited. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll be back soon when I have more updates.